Hey there, career seekers. Welcome to Find Your Passion Career. I'm here to help you find a career you like, and dare I say, possibly even love. I'm your host, Amanda Nachman. I'm the founder and CEO of College Magazine. After working with thousands of college students, I've noticed that when it comes to career, there's a lot to demystify. Let's get started.
Let's go.
Hi, everyone. Today, we're going to challenge the way you think about rejection. We often psych ourselves out of opportunities and relationships because we're afraid of being told no. But what if we saw these potential no's as stepping stones to achieving our wildest dreams? We have Gabriella Carr joining us, a Denver-based content creator, actress, and entrepreneur. She's on a mission to get rejected 1,000 times and has documented her journey on social media since last year. As a result, Gabriella has amassed thousands of followers, been featured in the New York Times and CNBC, and started a trend of people documenting their own rejections. So if you don't have one yet, you might want to get your own rejection journal. She refuses to live a normal life and encourages her followers to pursue their dreams, even at the risk of seeming delusional. Take it from the rejection expert herself. Gabriella says chasing your dreams is not the time to be playing it safe. Gabriella, welcome to Find Your Passion Career.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Well, what sparked your decision to pursue 1,000 rejections, and why rejection specifically?
Well, so I'm trying to be an actor, a content creator, and an entrepreneur. And in September, I was like, I wasn't booking auditions, I was losing followers, I was failing with my business. So I'm like, I'm done. But then I decided, let me try and stick this out through the end of the year. But I'm like, I needed something to help keep me accountable. So I was like, let me try and get rejected. And I was gonna do 100, but I'm like, that's not big enough. So I did 1,000. And then I'm like, after that, I can quit. Like, if I haven't made my dreams come true, then like, I can stop. But it's like rejection what was making me want to quit. So I'm like, I need to face this head on. So that's kind of where the challenge started.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you made a habit by creating this 1,000 rejections, like a habit of putting yourself out there for yourself. And it works, right? What keeps you motivated through this?
I think because I want to get that number. I'm like, I have to see this through. I have to get to 1,000. And then the no, it kind of just becomes a game. Like every no is like, yes, like I got another no, I'm getting closer. And then all of a sudden you get a yes and you're like, oh, this is fun. Like, let me keep trying other random things.
So you almost changed the meaning of the rejection. You've gamified it. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. It's like, how many no's can I collect?
Interesting. Imagine if we all started talking about our rejections that way. Like, how fun is that I didn't hear back from this person? Or how fun that I didn't get into that school? Imagine if people were talking about rejection that way. What do you think the world would look like?
I think it'd be so cool. I think people would be less scared to go after their dreams, to be less scared to go after things. And I think like people would be way more open about their rejection because it's kind of like a shameful thing, but it's like, no, like, hey, like I tried this and it didn't work out, but who cares?
Yeah. Well, so now that your journey is inspiring thousands, what has that felt like for you in real time?
It's scary because like, I don't know, I've always wanted to go viral and like become a big content creator. And so I never imagined it would be in this way. And it's just so cool to me because it's like it's so personal and it's something that's inspiring other people to do something to change their lives. So like, I don't know, I wouldn't have chosen anything else to be known for, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, what's been your most unexpected yes that you've gotten?
I tried to be a content creator at the 2026 Olympics, and technically, like all the companies and brands I reached out to, those were like, it's too late, because I reached out like a month before. But then
That
one of my
seems crazy.
followers,
You're like, I'm trying to get to the Olympics, right? Like for the average person, it's like, what?
yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Right?
I was like, I love the Olympics, so, and I'm a content creator, so why not?
What did you want to see at the
Oh,
Olympics specifically?
the ice skating, it's
Oh
like
my
my
God.
favorite.
Love
That
the
and the
ice skates.
snowboarding.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um, and then so a girl who followed me, she's like, hey, I live in Italy and I can host you. So I went to Italy with my brother.
That's so cool. I did see this video of yours and I was thinking that had to have been like such a big risk feeling or like just how much trust you needed to have that this person and this follower. But it's also really beautiful to show like how you can make these connections with people around the world through what you're doing.
Well, and it's cool because it shows like how much people want to help you. I don't know. I feel like people think people are always at odds with each other, but like there are so many good people on this earth who genuinely just want to help each other. So it's really cool for someone to want to help me in that way.
Yeah. I mean, not everyone has someone reaching out saying, I want to help you, but you'd be surprised even when you do ask that people really genuinely want to help. When you
Yeah,
share what you're passionate about too, like people even more so are like, oh my God, I really want to be a catalyst for that person to reach that goal, to get you to the Olympics. Like that person saw that in you
yeah,
because you expressed it and put it out there.
yeah.
So, okay, on the flip side, was there a no that really tested you?
I'd say a lot of the auditions I do sometimes really hurt. Like I tried to get into an acting agency 3 times before I made it in. So those first 2 no's really hurt because I was like, this is my dream. Like I want to do this.
And the same agency reapplying.
Yeah, it was the same age. I'm like, I'm gonna, because they're like, you can come back in 6 months. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be there.
I love that you did that because I think there's also some taboo about reapplying. The
Yeah.
idea that that might not look good, like, oh, you shouldn't reapply. They already said no. But your take on that is completely different.
Yep. I'm like, they're gonna be sick of me, but they
But it's
liked
not
me.
the case. What in this case, what do we think? Like, why do you think the reapplying works?
I don't know. I know they said that they don't want like competition within their own like pool of actors. So I don't know if maybe someone left or there's an opening. But I also like added some more plays and I added some things to my resume that I had done over the 6 months. So maybe that was finally like, okay, like,
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I talk about this in my book, right? About building your qualifications, building up all the value that you have to offer by going out there and getting more experience, and not in ways that necessarily have to be as high stakes as the modeling, as the age modeling, as the acting agency, but maybe something that's lower stakes where you can get more experience in your craft. And you don't always need permission necessarily to have those experiences and get those roles. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing to build up your qualified and in going after your goal.
so for acting, it's I do a lot of community theater, so that definitely helps me. And then anything that I can book or work on, like when I'm there, I'm trying to soak it up and learn as much as I can. And then like with content creation, that's like researching, okay, how can I do better editing? And just like every video I see as a it's a chance for me to get better and I like watch other creators and see what other people are doing and how to network and how to be better. And then with my business, it's a lot of research because I run like a sticker digital design business. So I feel like I'm always learning something new because I am not the best artist. And I'm like, I'm gonna try and just get better.
Yeah, so you're taking a deep dive into these areas that interest you, that you're passionate about, and you want to learn more. And so as you're learning more, you're getting better because of that. And then people see it. The agency saw it, and obviously your viewers see it. I mean, if you scroll far back enough on any influencers' videos, which I always like to do, and I recommend all of our listeners to do this, is there anyone that inspires you? Go to the first video and see how they got started, because you will see that it took all of those repetitions, all of those videos that they created, all of those years, all that energy they put into each video to get them to where they are today.
Yeah.
Um, I can
No, I'm
see
like,
that in your videos.
thank you.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean the
like,
scripts alone, I imagine that takes you a good amount of time to write those scripts, and they're very intentional. Each word is very intentional.
thank you. I try and like I'm like I want this to be good before I put it out there because like what I like I do it for myself, but I do it because I want to inspire people. So it's like I want to make sure I'm putting out like quality.
Yeah. Well, take us back to the very beginning of this rejection journey. What did it feel like when you first started?
It was kind of weird because I'm like, why am I doing this? And other people are like, why are you trying to get rejected? Like that doesn't make sense. And it definitely hurt. I'm like, I don't think I can do this like 999 more times. Like I don't think I'm built for this. But it got easier.
Yeah, even small rejections can sting because rejection is painful. Like our brain experiences it the same as physical pain, which I think is so fascinating. And so, brain is saying, run away, don't do this again, try again. So, well, how does it feel now?
It still hurts sometimes, especially when it's something that I really, really want. Because not that you get an ego, but sometimes when you get yeses, you're like, oh, like this exciting thing, like I'm gonna get a yes. And then you don't. And like that's like, oh, it's like you take it personally. But it's also kind of a game. And it's just like, what else can I get rejected from?
Hmm. So by gamifying this, you've made the rejection less personal. So there are people out there who disengage, right? They get rejected, or they fear the rejection, they anticipate it, and they don't even want to engage because the idea of being rejected is just too overwhelming. What would you say to someone who knows what they want, but they're too afraid to go for it?
I think something I had to think about was like, is this rejection gonna scare me more, or is it the fact like if this thing never came true, if I never tried, if it never happened, would I regret that more than like the feeling of rejection? So that often propels me to like, I have to do this because, and then I also think about what's the worst case scenario, and it's normally not that bad. Like it's pretty chill
Yeah.
sometimes.
I think those are really, really good exercises to do, is to think about, would you regret this looking back,
Hmm.
putting yourself into the future, and talking to your future self and saying, well, would I regret it if I didn't give it a shot? Well, what inspired you to step into content creation from the get go? And what's helped you stay consistent? Because you've been doing this since 2020.
Yes. Well, it was COVID and I was bored and I had like just moved to Colorado and I'm like, I have nothing to do. Um, and then I was like on Instagram and I saw like, if you can't tell, I love reading. There's like, they're a bit covered, but I love books.
Yes, love it.
And so I saw like a beautiful picture of books and I'm like, what is this? And so like I discovered that Bookstagram was a thing. So I started a Bookstagram account. And then like after 6 months, I was like, I'm hooked on this like creating content thing. What if I did it for myself? So then I made like a lifestyle account for fun and then it just went on from there.
Nice. Okay, well, what hooks you? What do you love about it?
I think it's just like telling a story. Like pictures can be one thing, and especially with the Bookstagram, I would like create all these flat lays and do all these like cool, fun color designs. And then especially once like Reels and like TikTok and stuff became more of a thing, it's just like I love editing and then like what angles can I get and all these things. It just be and like you can take a 30-minute thing and all of a sudden get it down to like an 8-second video. And I just think it's so fun.
Yeah, you pack a lot of message in such a brief amount of time. I mean, you have to talk fast too. And as a viewer, you have to be on if you're ready to listen to Gabby. But each video though has such a strong message, and is very inspirational. Um, and we were talking a little bit before the podcast about, I asked if you had reached out to anyone in your field that inspires you, that you admire, to find out how they got the what I call the blueprint for how they did what they did. And at the time, you admitted maybe not so much. So I want to ask you, who's someone that you admire, or a couple people that you admire in your field that you think could be someone that might help you on your journey?
Spencer Barbosa is like a really big like positivity influencer, and I've been like following and like keeping an eye on her since like she was in like some TV shows like I almost want to say like 10 years ago. And so she's always just been a super big inspiration to me, especially because like what she promotes is kind of like how I want my platform to be. Um, but she has like honestly like at least 3 million followers. So I will I will put it maybe I'll put that on my rejection list
That
to
could
reach
be
out to
like a moonshot, right? But then maybe even thinking about like who's a little bit closer, maybe not so it's not as far, but making some of those connections, I think would be really interesting. What do you
her.
think is could be holding you back from reaching out to people? Like top, you mentioned voiceover acting as a potential career for you. What could be holding you back from reaching out to them?
I think I'm just scared that people will think I'm using them. I mean, I'm scared of them not responding. But I also, especially if there's like an established friendship or something, I don't want it to seem like, hey, no, you're just using me to climb to the top. And it's like, no, I'm just genuinely curious if you have any advice or like anything that I can learn from.
Yeah. I think that's so normal to think that, right? I think a lot of us have that fear, right? If I ask this person for this help, especially if it's my career, at this point, it feels maybe too one-sided. And I think what we might be surprised to find is that people do want to help, just like the viewer in Italy. People do. I think also when people have achieved at a certain level in their career, or not even, they just achieve the next step, they remember what it was like to be starting out and want to help someone else that is starting out. And because they know the path, people love to share their journey and their story, right? Imagine if I came to you and said, I want to be a content creator. What are some first steps I could take? You probably would have a million great
Hmm.
pieces of advice for me.
Oh yeah. And like people have reached out all the time, like, how do you do this? And even my friends. And I'm like, I've got you. Like, here's everything you need to know. Because it's just exciting.
I think that interpersonal rejection can be probably some of the hardest rejection to get. It's not necessarily the passport's not given or yeah, like a form not filled out. Not a form. I'm trying to think of some of maybe the less interpersonal rejection, like at more of a distance, but it's that potential in the thing that you really want. And if you know someone, it can feel hard. But I think in that case, gamifying it and doing the reps could be just
Hmm.
as it could be just as rewarding, like you're experiencing already. Okay, you built a platform across religion, fitness, skincare, healthcare, hair care, not healthcare, hair care, travel, and you're also running a business. That's a lot. So how do you balance being multi-passionate? A lot of times I hear people tell me like I don't just have one passion. So what do you say to people out there who are also multi-passionate?
I'd say go for it all because like you never know what will lead places. Like I randomly I was like, flying a drone would be cool. So like I bought a drone and I got my drone piloting license. And so that's now like a new avenue that I'm doing. And then I think also like being multi-passionate helps me if I'm a bit burnt out as a content creator, then I'm like, okay, I can focus on my business. Or if like certain content topics are just like I can't think about those or they're burning me out, then I'm like, well, I have something else to focus on. So it kind of helps you be able to move around. And you're not always going to be amazing at everything, but as long as you keep trying and everything, like you're going to fail in one point at one day. But as long as you're just trying and just keep moving along.
Yeah. Why not embrace all of your passions? And
Exactly.
that's what makes you uniquely you. I think probably too, you're probably bringing expertise from your business and from
Mhm.
your sticker business. I would say even to this project of rejection, because running a business requires a lot of rejection. I mean, we're talking sales here. That's hard. And it makes you stronger as you go into all these projects.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. You made the decision to take a gap year, something a lot of people are curious and probably nervous about. What led to that choice? And how did it shape your ability to pursue your passion?
So I guess I never fully knew what I wanted to be. And then like high school hit around and I still didn't know. And people are like,
The
it'll come to
dreaded
you.
question, what do you want to be? I think everyone is still fearing that question even throughout their entire lives, like no matter what career you're in.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. And so by 12th grade, I'm like, okay, I clearly still have no idea. Like rushing off to college is not the best decision. So I was like, and I had just started the social media too. So I was like, let me take a gap year and just explore my options. And that's kind of when I really delved into my business and content creation. And I just got to try out all these different passions that I had and kind of see where they led me.
Yeah. I mean, I love that. And you also took it into your own hands. You're like, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna learn by seeing what other people are doing. I'm gonna
Hmm.
understand the formula. I'm gonna try things, fail, test them. What's something that you tried and that didn't work?
I will say it eventually worked out, but my stickers, like I was like, okay, I made the sticker business. And like the first three rounds of designs of like stickers, like they would pop off. They would the laminate would peel off. So it's like those were a big failure. Those took a while to like get the final like material
Mhm.
down, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Before I started my magazine, I made a calendar for my sorority in college, and it failed. It did not make the sales that we thought it was going to be. So I think, yeah, behind every amazing business venture, there is something that had to fail before it
Definitely.
for all the learning.
Hmm.
Well, this season we're diving into what it really means to feel qualified and how to move through rejection. So, what does being qualified mean to you?
I think it means having a certain skill set and having a certain level of respect, but then also having a certain level of confidence yourself. Because I sometimes think we don't think that we're that qualified, but we're more qualified than we think we are. So it sometimes takes being thrown out into like the lion's den or something to be like, oh, like I've actually got this.
And just for the record, I did not have her take the title of the book and use that in her quoting right now. Okay. She did that on her own. No, but absolutely, right? It's being confident in what you do bring to the table. And also you can learn so much. There's so much learning that's going to happen on the job. Like there's no way that they expect you to know everything before you get hired.
Exactly.
Can you share a moment where you felt unqualified and what that felt like?
I think what's hard is I'm confident in real life, but like social media is different than being in person. And so,
So wait, you're telling me that social media is not real life?
no,
Shock. Shock.
shocker. Um, but like I definitely talk more fast on social media and I'm more talkative and even online in an interview. But then like people who know me, I'm like actually pretty shy in real life. So
Mm.
like I'll be called for an in-person event and I'm like, me? Like you want me to handle this thing? Like I was helping out at a pageant event and they're like, "Yeah, Gabby, you're gonna like help the girls pick their dresses. You're gonna tell them what looks good, find the color." And I'm like, "I am not." I
Like you
just
think you know who I am, but that's just maybe social coordinator is not my best role here. So I'm social, but on social media.
yeah, I'm like fashion, I don't know what like no.
All right. What did you say? Did you take him up on it anyway? Or
I was like, "Yeah, I've got this."
so you mustered up the confidence to make it happen. Okay.
I just faked it. Yeah.
So it sounds like you were able to move forward even though you felt unqualified.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I know people say fake it till you make it, and it's like you grow and you get better as you try. And it's like I don't think people are gonna be like, she's being fake. And I'm not being fake. I'm just like overly confident, and people will buy it.
I think that there is like the realization of fake it to your make it, like realization that a lot of people are doing this and that it's okay to muster up some confidence to go after some things that you desire. And what you'll probably see is that it's going to be okay on the other side of things. Like,
Yeah.
was it terrible connecting with all these pageant people and helping them choose their dresses?
No, it was fun. And then like when they come out in their dresses, I was like hyping them up. I'm like, you look so amazing. This is cool.
Are there some things that you're trying to get rejected from now that really have a lot of weight to them or something you really want that you really don't want to be rejected from?
There are certain acting roles, but I think especially as a content creator, as like I've moved up, there are certain things that like other content creators, like with my following or kind of my level of like expertise or whatever, are doing, and I'm like, okay, like it's time for me to finally do this after years of dreaming from it. And so like I tried to see if I could get rejected like from Coachella, and then there's certain like premieres and like big content creator, I guess milestones and kind of things. And so those all of a sudden I'm like, I finally have the chance to do them, and now I'm scared like people are still not gonna want me.
Yeah. So at every level, right, this continues on. I think what your project is probably showing to, it sounds like that is that this is going to be a lifelong journey, right? We think like, oh, once I achieve this level, then I don't have to worry about rejection.
No, no, because like every level brings a whole new set of like challenges and opportunities that all of a sudden are available to you, but that doesn't still mean that you're going to get accepted into them.
Yeah. And does it make it any easier even to put yourself out there at that next level?
No, no, because sometimes you almost have more confidence because you're like, okay, I'm better than I was a year ago, or I'm further along than I was a year ago. Like, I'm so going to get this, but all of a sudden you're up against like other
Mm,
people who you weren't up against before.
yeah, the comparison changes. Anyone listening is probably like, wow, this is a real doomsday message. This really took a turn, right? The rejection is going to follow me throughout my entire career and it's only going to get worse and it's going to stay painful. But I think, though, from the laughter I see and the smiles, and also just watching your videos, is that it gets easier each time and that it does get less personal. And then you can go after bigger things. And so I
Yeah.
think there's a really beautiful message to what you've created. Well, before we wrap, tell us about the object you brought today and how it reflects your passion.
Well, I brought, and it's hard to, I don't know, it's hard.
Okay, it's a miniature Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of big, but yeah, I
But
love. Yeah,
I mean, compared to the
it's a
Eiffel
miniature.
Tower, I would say it's a miniature, but yes, you're right. It's not too mini. She's holding it. It's
It's
if you're not watching the video, you're just listening to the audio.
it's like foot and a half.
It's a foot and a half. Okay.
Um, I love Paris. I don't know. My whole room is themed Paris. I've been obsessed with Paris since I was like little, and I
And
finally
you've
went like
been.
I did. I went 2 years ago on like a Europe trip, um, and stayed there for a while, and so. But it just also represents my like love of traveling and love of like chasing your dreams, and I don't know. Paris feels girly to me, and I feel like everyone loves Paris, so I feel like it embodies me.
Yeah. And how did you achieve your dream of going to Paris?
I am obsessed with Taylor Swift, and so she was like the Eras tour was going around, and she was in the Netherlands, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go see her in the Netherlands, and I was like, wait, I might as well go to France at the same time.
Might as
So I did
well.
did like a Netherlands France trip.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So, for listeners out there who have a country that they're passionate about, or a city that they're passionate about, or goals that they want to pursue, what advice do you have for them?
I'd say for the traveling, go for it. Like, it sounds like bad advice, but like money comes back, but like the memories don't. And I feel like we
Mm.
wait for so many things until we think we're ready. But it's like, no, like set a goal, book that trip, go, and then you come back and like you can make the money back. But I feel like we always wait too long. And then with your dreams, same thing. Like you'll get better as you work and as you go through it. But like the longer you wait, the more you're gonna like scare yourself. And I think you owe it to yourself to try.
Yeah. And I think what your journey has showed us is that scaring yourself a little bit has so many rewards at the other
Mm,
end.
it
Yeah.
definitely does.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. And I will see you at the next episode.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening to our show. Be sure to check out the show notes and email any questions to yourpassioncareer@gmail.com. Bye.